UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. I am your intrepid host. This is our weekly UFO update. I want to circle back. This is not an original, but it's a duplication, a replica of what the original paper from the Roswell Daily Record. And you can see it here, RAF captures flying saucer. So I'm going to get into that and so much more. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Gold prices could surge to $4,000 an ounce in 2023. And Noble Gold Investments has all the details. As recession fears persist, Jurie Keener, Chief Investment Officer of investment company Swiss Asia Capital, said that many economies could face a little bit of a recession in the first quarter, which would lead to many central banks slowing their pace of interest rate hikes and make gold instantly more attractive. If 2022 taught us anything, it is that tangible, hard assets are the only assets you can count on, like gold. Folks, what are you waiting for? Thousands of people have started making a move toward a secure retirement. Join them by opening a gold IRA or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments. If you get in before the end of this month, January, you'll bag an incredibly free quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA of 50 grand. Folks, you can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments. We've invested a portion of our portfolio in Noble Gold. We bought in at 1642. It is now up to 1832. Give you an idea of where we are. Pretty amazing. Go to lamarzulligold.com. That's lamarzulligold.com or 877-646-5347. Tell them that you heard it here on Supernatural Confrontations with your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Once again, that's lamarzulligold.com. Before I get into this, I just want to say that gold is really starting to go through the roof. We've invested some of our finances in it. Check out Noble Gold, L.A. Marzulli. I think it's lamarzullinoblegold.com. Check it out. If you've got $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 to put in or more or whatever, but I think gold is going to go through the roof. That's speculation. Don't go by what I say. Do your own research. But I want to get into this. So, 1947. This is plastered on the Roswell Daily Record, and the day later, General Ramey completely debunks it. And of course, we get into this in our films. Basically, what happened is he took Jesse Marcel Sr., who was the one that went out to Mac. So let me back up here, okay? So the crash happens in Roswell. Mac Brazel, who is a rancher, notifies the sheriff, and somehow things get back to Jesse Marcel Sr. So Marcel drives out to Brazel's ranch, and they go out to the debris field. And of course, Marcel Sr. is stunned by what he sees. He puts some of it in a box. He stays overnight, puts some of it in the box, and he goes the next day, and he shows his family. Wakes up his wife at 2 a.m, wakes up his son, has everything laid out on the kitchen table, and states on the record that what you are seeing you may never see again. This is not from this earth. This is from another world. So that's the backstory. And that's where we get the first, and it was like, it went global. I mean, and back then for something to go global, pretty amazing. I mean, the switchboard was lit up and people were clamoring to get to Roswell to find out what was going on. So I'm going somewhere with this. Be patient. So the next day, General Ramey, empties the flying saucer, and he says basically this: Ramey says excitement is just not justified. Oh, and get this: says disc is a weather balloon. And of course, the good American people just go right along because at 47 we believed in our government. This is well in advance of any of the nonsense that happened shortly thereafter. But I want to get into something here because this set the tenure for decades. So instead of admitting what they found was from a crashed disc, oh no, it's a weather balloon. And in my book, UFO Disclosure, I sat down with Jesse Marcel Jr., Dr. Jesse Marcel Jr., before he passed away. It's a written interview. he handled the wreckage. In no way in a million years would his father ever mistake a downed weather balloon, right, for somehow extraterrestrial origin wreckage. Are you serious? It's nonsense. It's an insult to the man's intelligence. The Marcells, both senior and junior, went to their graves, always stating on the record that what they had seen was not from this earth. It was, in fact, a crash disk. This set the tenure for all reporting UFOs. In other words, the government constantly, it's swamp gas, it's the planet Venus, these people are psychologically unbalanced, it's a weather balloon, it's a flock of birds, and the excuses just go on and on and on and on. And then debunk, 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 ridicule, ridicule, ridicule. If you believe in UFOs, you're an official card-carrying tinfoil hat member. Now, this is the protocol all the way through the 90s into this century, into the 2000s. And then it abruptly changed and things began to go in a different direction. 2017, Commander David Fravor on Tucker Carlson show, when asked, Commander David Fravor, in your opinion, what was this tic-tac shaped object? It's not from this earth. So all that to say this, that in my opinion, and I stated this before in other podcasts and other interviews, the old guard that kept roughshod on the whole UFO phenomenon, kept the lid on it, all the professional debunkers, debunk, 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 ridicule, 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 lie, obfuscate. That's what they do. They're all dead. They're all dead. Let's say if they were alive in 47 and they were in their 30s or 40s, just do the math. So they're all dead. And the new guard comes in, replacing the old guard, and they go, we can't do this anymore. Sightings are going through the roof. And so they begin to let it out slowly. And the place where they chose to do that was Tucker Carlson's show. Why? Because conservative Christians view Tucker Carlson. That's the mainstay of his audience, let's be honest. So they want to see what the church or conservative Christians will do. Not a peep. Not a peep. This is the coming great deception. Everything has changed. We are accelerating towards some sort of disclosure. Someone took one of my quotes completely out of context, so what else is new? And I want to clarify that. I said, what would happen to the world if a UFO appeared over the Eiffel Tower? All bets are off. That's what I stated. If a UFO appeared over the Eiffel Tower, not that the UFO is over the Eiffel Tower now. But if something like that happens, all bets are off. The entire planet will change. The old guard is gone. They have been replaced. There is a glasnost, perestroika, as Gorbachev would say, an openness now. Now it's okay to talk about UFOs. In fact, as I reported last week, there's a new, another branch of our government, and the anagram is arrow. And basically they stated, anyone from 47 on, if you sign an NDA, come forward with your information. No prosecution, no fines, no jail time. All those things are broken. So there is an openness. There is a glasnost, a perestroika that's happening now with the whole UFO disclosure. So disclosure is being rolled out. I just wanted to give you the backstory on that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with questions for LA. Something very dark and disturbing is happening. It is a global phenomenon that knows no boundaries and adheres to no cultural mores. And the ones who are engaged in this nefarious activity do so with impunity. People are being taken against their will. In the cover of darkness, in the dead of night, they are subjected to bizarre examinations that are often sexual in nature. These people are terrified, violated, confused, and with no place to turn to, as who would believe them? This is their story.